All right, man. Told you I'm gonna try to be more consistent on these Saturday Piston live streams. I'm gonna be shooting for, at least in the near time, man. But appreciate everybody for tapping in. Check out the Piston Live one-on-one playlist for more videos like this. And don't forget check out the Draft Spotlight. I'm gonna keep them rolling. I'm probably gonna get to that SoCan dude from Baylor next. I'm gonna keep them rolling. Then maybe in the middle of next week, after next week, I'll start focusing a little bit on the draft spotlights. So I'm at the free agent spotlights, and then after the draft, summer league, we'll be officially in the dog days. Um, Training camp, we'll probably be in dog days for like what 2 3 weeks, four and all. Then training camp will start for the Lions, and Lions talk and ramp up, and then Lions get started. Then we'll be talking about the Pistons in Michigan football not too long ago. Well, Michigan football kick training camp, Michigan football, Michigan State football, college football. Then we'll be talking about the Lions and stuff. I mean, then the Pistons, and then basketball, college basketball, that type of stuff. So appreciate everybody for tapping in. We'll talk about what the Pistons need to succeed. And a lot of people don't understand what I'm saying. It's hard to paint a picture. We live in different lingo, right? Somebody in the comment section said you said Marvin Bagley wasn't athletic. He not the athletic I'm talking about. I'm talking about a superior athlete. I'm talking about Evan Mobley is probably the standard for athletic fives. Or you want to call him a four, Anthony Davis. Andre Drummond is athletic, but then again, he just don't have the rest of the mental makeup and the skill set to go with it. I mean, Embiid is athletic. I think he in that range. Clint Capella pretty athletic, but more likely you need somebody that's gonna get out there, be able to switch on 1, 2, 3s in today's fours, which is the new small forward. Those are the type of the guys that you're looking for. The long athletic guys, or somebody that's gonna anchor at the rim. And Marvin Bagley, for one, for a center, he's athletic, but he's not the twitchy type. He not fast. You know what I'm saying? He not quick. He not like Mobley. That's why I'm gonna use as an example. And Cleveland did a great job of drafting Mobley because they have to compete with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And on top of Giannis Antetokounmpo, they got Jared Allen to defend the rim. And that's something Detroit don't got. They don't match up good with Milwaukee yet. And Cleveland know they gotta build a team that can match up with Milwaukee. And that's kind of where I'm trying to paint the picture for y'all to come at. DeAndre Ayton is not gonna get out there on no pick and roll and stay in front of no ones, twos, or threes, shit fours. Even some fives he can't get in front of. They was running the pick and roll. And then if he get beat, he can't erase with athleticism and shot blocking. He's a solid athlete, but he not like, I'm trying to picture somebody like Kevin Garnett. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like that. That's kind of the way Cleveland building it is how they're gonna build it to stop Milwaukee or compete with Milwaukee. That's kind of they building it to win a division. And once they win a division, they'll make the proper modifications to win a conference. That's pretty much what they build. They building it at. They got two big dudes that can defend, that can shot block. Evan Mobley can get out there on pick and rolls, stay in front of smaller defenders, and if they blow by him, he athletic enough and got good enough shot blocking and timing to block him. That's kind of what you need now. Do they got the one guy that's going to compete with Giannis on the perimeter? You waiting on Isaac Okoro to finally arrive offensively so he can stay on the floor, but they building towards that. They building towards that. Karis LeVert. They probably gonna find a bigger two guard to go in the back with Darius Garland because Karis LeVert is not he's not a full-time guard. You just said he just can't. He's more of that part-time type of guy. He can't take the physical grind. So how they building it, that's how the Pistons need to kind of build a team. And when you look at, if you want to throw a starting five out there of Bagley, Grant, Bay, Cade, I don't know, Diallo. When you look at it, Diallo and Jeremy Grant is the most athletic guys, but Diallo, he can't shoot. And then Diallo can't break you down off the dribble neither. So he just back there for defense. and to get though, he really to be real, Diallo really like Corliss Williamson. He really a 3. Hard working, you know what I'm saying? Grinder, finisher. He can occasionally hit a 3 here and there when he get hot. But that's what he is. He's a grinder. And the Pistons right now, they not athletic, bro, enough to compete with to compete in a division. They not. Excuse me. They not. You know, and what they seem like they built their team on is height and length. But they got to get more athletic. They got to get better shooting, and they got to get better individual defenders, and eventually a better team defense. But that takes some time to really go. So that's really what they need to succeed. They need more athletes. They need better defenders, right? And also on top of that, they need guys that can create their own. They need another guy that can create their own shot, maybe 2. And not actually do it where it's hurting the offense, do it within the offense. But that's pretty much it, bro. And they pretty much got a blank canvas. It's really K Cunningham and Sadiq Bey, and it's how you gonna fill it out around them, and then also how they gonna work together. K Cunningham said they a top 5 duo. They ain't reached nowhere. They might not be a top 55 duo, and I say that jokingly. You know, so they gotta, first thing first, that K Cunningham and Sadiq Bey, they gotta find some type of camaraderie there. They gotta find some type of meshing point. And that started with Dwayne Casey drawing up a better offense. They got to find a way to play off each other within the offense. So, and like I said before, and they got to be better individual defenders. On top of that, they got to be better defending individually. They got to take the challenge up. They don't got to go out there and be Marcus Smart. You ain't got to go out there and be Ben Wallace. You ain't got to go out there and be Tayshaun Prince. But they got to defend. They got to be willing defenders. They got to show an effort. The effort that they show shooting the ball and scoring and all of that, they got to show that being individual defenders too. But they got to work that out offensively. He said we need to fire Casey, but Gore seemed to love him. It's personal. You can't mix. They can't mix personal feelings with business. It'll never go right. But you're right. And for as young as this team is, they don't really have those other side of Jeremy Grant and Stewart. They really don't have them athletes like that that's gonna be able to stay on the floor consistently contribute. I would say one thing that sticks out to me is the defense. I saw way too many times where nobody good get off screens, and there was always wide open threes, and that's effort. And that starts off with the leaders of your basketball team. They don't have to be Marcus Smart. They don't have to be Draymond Green. They don't have to be Evan Mobley, Jared Allen, but they have to be willing defenders, and they have to show the effort on each possession. And like I said before, that's just, that's what Detroit, when Detroit's a successful basketball team since the 80s, that's what they've been built on. Effort and defense. You got to think about that. Effort comes before defense. Because if you're not going to have the effort, you're not going to be a good defensive basketball team. So think about that for a minute. They got to show the effort. And it takes some young players a couple years in a league to figure that out. So this is nothing abnormal. It takes them a little bit to figure out that, effort-wise, we got to be better. Defensive-wise, we got to be better. But like I said before, a lot of people talking about this the turning point. But to be honest, they're going to have to hit one hell of a off season to even be mentioned in the play-in. To be honest, you can't bring back 50% of this team or they rotation, they consistent rotation, and expect them to be a playoff team. I'm sorry. Because the culture is one thing that's going to continue to hold this team back. Now, you got an ace in the hand. I think you're going to get a healthy Isaiah Livers back. A healthy Isaiah Livers that finally came back in the middle of the season. I think you're going to get K starting off with his first offseason. I think you'll get Livers. getting the offseason under his belt, and that's going to be two contributing factors to it. But, are they going to be cutthroat enough to make the right decisions for this team to succeed is the question. Because the right decision ain't leaving Marvin Bagley out there at the 5. He can't start at the 5. At the 5, you need somebody that's going to be athletic enough and defensive savvy enough to get out there and be able to get in those pick and roll situations and at least, stay in front of somebody or, erase a shot block and erase them going to the lane. And Marvin Bagley is clueless defensively. He's clueless. So you need a big fella that's going to be able to lock the paint down, rebound, block, good hands, put the ball back in the hole, and that's going to be athletic enough to get out there on them pick and rolls and hold his own. That's the best way I can put it. You see what Evan Mobley, Jared Allen doing? That's pretty much kind of where you want to go. Two long, rangy, really good athlete, Evan Mobley, solid athlete, and Jared Allen. That's what you're pretty much looking for. With Jeremy Grant, as soon as he got to Detroit, he stopped playing defense and started focusing on scoring. So when you look at the 4 position, people say, well, Keegan Murray, and he is a willing defender, no doubt about it. But will he be an exceptional defender, defending the 4s and 3s of the day? 3s, no. Defending Tobias Harris, the Jeremy Grants, the Anthony Davises, the Aaron Gordons of the world, I'm not sure. There's a lot to be desired in the athletic department with Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray is about a little bit less athletic than Cade Cunningham, about the same athlete as Saddiq Bey. So you go out there and say, we got a good athlete in Cade Cunningham, solid in Keegan, solid in Saddiq Bey. That's not good enough to get it done. Look at Boston. Defending. They whole team is twitchy. Other than Al Horford, pretty athletic, to be honest. Look at their whole starting lineup. Jason Tatum, 6'10", Jaylen Brown, 6'6", 6'7". Marcus Smart, what are you about? 6'3", 6'4", 6'2", somewhere in there. And they all can switch. They all can fight over screens. They all defend. Robert Williams, that's what you're looking for. Is minimum, that's what you're looking for in your middle. That's what you're looking for. Somebody that can get out there on that perimeter, stay in front of some guys. He get beat, he can erase it with his shot blocking. That's what you're looking for at the 5. Somebody you could throw it up, he can dunk. You're like, well, what's the difference between him and Andre Drummond? He's more mentally tougher than Andre Drummond. When the playoffs come, Andre Drummond crumbles. Look at him in Brooklyn. And that's somebody that they groomed to be where he's at. He didn't always start in Boston. They groomed, they work with him, and now he's here, and he's very important to what they do in that defense, dude. That's what you're looking for. If that's the prototypical guy that you're looking for in the middle, you don't have to be Joel, you don't have to be Jokic. That's what you're looking for. Somebody get out on that perimeter, stay in front. He get beat, bam, he get it out of there. He gonna rebound. You like seeing rebound a little bit higher clip. That's what you're looking for. 25 to maybe 30 good minutes a game. Long, athletic. You cut when you get to the rim, he roll to the rim or cut to the rim and catch an alley-oop. Good hands, rebound, block, quick, fast. Perfect guy what you need in Detroit. That's what you're looking for, not DeAndre Ayton. You know what I'm saying? Who is a solid athlete. You might even say, oh, good athlete, but he ain't Robert Williams. He's not quick like Robert Williams. He don't have a defensive prowess with Robert Williams. That's all you need. You don't need somebody to go out there, 35, 40 minutes a game, 20-20, 30-20, and then when the big games come up, they don't score, they quit, they stop playing defense, the effort not there. You need a scrappy effort guy. That's what you need in the middle. Somebody that's athletic, rangy, scrappy, do the dirty work, erase the track, and anything else he give you outside of that, a 3-pointer, a post up, a 10 to 15 footer, that's just a bonus. Lock that paint down, roll to the paint occasionally, cut to the paint for an alley-oop, and that's what you pretty much looking for at the 5. That's what you're looking for. And that's why I have an infatuation with Mark Williams, because you look at Mark Williams, that's exactly what you need. Now, is it going to take some time for Mark Williams to grow into that role? Absolutely. But you look at the arm length, you look at what he give you. He shoot a solid free throw. That's it. Jalen Durham. Now, Durham give you a little bit different aspect to it. You know, Durham gives you a tough, gritty guy with the upside to be a phenomenal offensive player. That's what he gives you. Now, and also, too, one of the guys that people ain't talking about, Ricky Bell say K, Ivy Bay, Stu Durham. Stu and Durham cannot play together. Not for an important minutes. They can't. Isaiah Stewart is not a power forward in this league. No offense, he's not a power forward in this league. Isaiah Stewart is going to be a good rotational guy. He's not Ben Wallace. He's not Tobias Harris. He's not Anthony Davis. You know, he's not Aaron Gordon. He's just a good rotational guy. And maybe he figure it out. And it ain't about shooting. He's just not big enough to man in the middle. And he's not athletic enough to get on the perimeter and guard the fours of the day. You know, and that's just the honest truth. Now, if he was 6'7" tall, well, shit, gosh, you know, he'd be the shit. So no, he's not a four. No matter how much y'all want to say, oh, play him at the four. Look at the fours of the day. You know, you look up and down. Giannis is a four in our division. The Sabonis was a four in our division before he got traded. I don't know who the four is in Chicago, so don't hold me to that. But you know, you look at the guys today. Tobias Harris in Philadelphia. You know, you do got Al Horford out there, but I just think Al Horford, you know what I'm saying, he's just a better defender than Stewart right now, but he's been around forever. Shout out to Grand Blanc, Michigan. That's where he's from. Look at Cleveland, Evan Mobley. It could be Lauri Markkanen. Can Isaiah Stewart really keep up with them? No. You know, you look at Miami. I don't even know who they four is. PJ Tucker. Can he really? So when you looking at guys like the prototypical four now, it's like Jeremy Grant, Tobias Harris. You know what I'm saying? Them the fours of the day. You know, maybe Christian Wood and moving naturally to the four. That's the guys that you want to see playing power forward. It's basically an extension of the three. That's what it's becoming. But nonetheless, when you look at fives, now if you can get a four that's like Evan Mobley, go for it. Go for it. You know what I'm saying? You can find somebody like Kevin Garnett, Anthony Davis, go for it. You know, those are a dime a dozen. I mean, look at Phoenix. They play what that I forget this kid's name all the time. But the kid from Villanova that got traded from 76ers on draft night, he ain't four. You think Isaiah Stewart can stay in front of him? No. And that's why like getting Shaq home was so important, because he gave you versatility around that front. Remember, just when you think what the Pistons should be doing and what's the where we should be going from a schematic standpoint of view. You know, it's beat Milwaukee. That's what it is. That's what you shooting for. You shooting to win your division. What do you get when you see Milwaukee? You get three good defenders, two good perimeter defenders. You get Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, was a Piston, really good defenders. You get Giannis, that's the stud. That's who you're really preparing for. Somebody that's getting better every dribble. He's starting to shoot it. He's driving. You know, he putting his head down. They're a long-rangey team. Brook Lopez, good shot blocking, good enough on the perimeter. Bobby Portis, some versatility there. 4 or 5, can stretch it, shoot it. You know, that's what you compete. That's what you say. Well, you know, how do we beat or match up better with Milwaukee? You know, and first thing you got to do, you got to have somebody meet Giannis at the rim. You know, then you got to find somebody that can match up with Giannis on the perimeter just enough, and that's a team effort. So you got to be athletic to deal with Milwaukee. You got to be physical to deal with Milwaukee. You got to be able to shoot to deal with Milwaukee, and you got to be athletic to get past Milwaukee length. You know, that's what you got. That's just what it got to be. The Pistons, they got length of their own. Cade, Sadiq, Jeremy, Killian, Livers. They are a rangy team. Now you say, well, how do we get better shooting? Isaiah Livers gonna give you better shooting. You get rid of Jeremy Grant, Sadiq Bey gonna give you better offense. Another year there, Sadiq gonna give you better offense. I mean, K gonna give you some more offense. He gonna be a better player. Then you say, well, what else has to go into that pot? Like I said, you need somebody at the 5 that can do what I said do, like Robert Williams. And ain't got to be a stud, a superstar. Lock the paint down, rebound, and then you have a good backup like Kelly Olynyk who can stretch the floor out, shoot it, give you a different look, right? Then at the 4, if you're going to get rid of if Jeremy Grant going to stay, he got to defend. He got to defend. And if Jeremy Grant want to score, we're going to leave him out there with the second team and give him the green light special. That's fine. But if Jeremy Grant not going to commit to digging his paws in and defending, he got to go. And if he can't take a step back offensively and let Cade and Sadiq Bey shine, he got to go. He got to go. And that's just the honest truth. So if that happens, you move him, well, then we got to get athletic at the 5. We got to get athletic at the 4. And, I think a lot of y'all like to talk about this. What type of running mate do you get with Cade Cunningham? Is it a combo guard? Is it a pure point guard? Is it do you Shaden Sharp? Do you roll the dice on him? Somebody who remind you of Cade Cunningham, a little bit more freakish. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting, man, because once you get past all of that, the Pistons are in a prime position at 5, trading back in the draft, free agency, waiting to next year. They're in a prime position to get a stud. They could wait till next year, free agency better next year. They could take on a contract like Gordon Hayward, Danilo Gallinari, right? Take them expiring contracts, re-up for next year. You can just play Jeremy Grant out, play his contract out, get nothing for him, take the $20 million off the top next year, whatever you want to do. But right now, the pressing question for them, what they facing, is who we put next to Cade Cunningham and who we replacing, who we putting at the 5. And that's the question. He said, I watched the Warriors Celtics game. One we're so far from that it's crazy. Yeah, and it's true. And to get there, you have to take it in increments. Can you get there without winning your division year in and year out? No. You can't get there year in and year out without winning your division. So we got to beat Chicago, Cleveland. Really, we got to beat Milwaukee. That's the standard right now. We build Milwaukee, win our division, top 3 seed or 4 seed, whatever it may be. Milwaukee is where we're trying to get. And when we get past Milwaukee, if we get past Milwaukee, then it's just adjustments with experience. That's all it is just minor adjustments. He said, like watching the Celtics Warriors game 1 and watching the Pistons past season, I thought it was watching a different sport, and it is. He said, what about Nikola Jovic? I have not seen him yet, so I got to check him out. Alex, what's going on? Jalen Williams is nice, kid from Arkansas. What up, though? Y'all ain't seen him neither. I think after next season, Dwayne Casey will need to be fired. I don't think he's going to get fired. I think he's going to move in a different position in the he's going to move in a different position with the team. He's going to transition to the front office or as an advisor. But they should have made that move out, get Mark Jackson in there, and keep him moving. Moses Diabet in the second round at 4. My thing is this. What room you got if you bring Marvin Bagley back for him? You bring Olynyk back and Marvin Bagley back. What room do you got for him? It's going to have to be in the G League. So that's the question now. Olynyk is a prime candidate to move. So he could be moved. He said trade Grant to Portland for the. That's not that simple, though. If it was that simple, I think it'd happen already. So I think you're going to have to put some more pieces in there as well, too. And then, do you throw something else in there to sweeten the deal and bring back Anthony Simmons and put Anthony Simmons next to, or do you make the trade with Portland and do you sign Anthony Simmons and he's restricted and I don't think Portland going to match. So you could end up with Anthony Simmons. I mean, people got to understand there's more possibilities than the names that's out there. Free agency in 2023 is a lot deeper. The Warriors going to need to unload Andrew Wiggins' contract if they're gonna keep Jordan Poole. So then you might have an opportunity at signing bringing in Jonathan Kuminga, Moses Moody, or James Wiseman, which he really don't have no value right now. So don't forget that. Don't forget Charlotte's trying to dump off Gordon Hayward contract, also trying to dump off PJ Washington. The Knicks trying to move on from Julius Randle. Everybody available except for RJ Barrett. The Sixers trying to dump Tobias Harris contract off. Cleveland could be interested in Jeremy Grant. So there's a lot of different scenarios that the Pistons can have, as far as building a team. But once you look at it, what they're doing now, they're building a team around Sadiq and Cade Cunningham. So, that's what they're building the team around. So we got to move Grant and get that 7th pick. I mean, even if it's a situation where the 7th pick, that'd be interesting. But then also you competing with Toronto because Toronto don't have a pick either. And they like OJ Anunoby too. And I think Toronto might have a little bit more firepower than we got. So that's what you got to understand too. And don't forget, New Orleans, they could be willing to move for the pick. But when I look at New Orleans, like, how does it work? Because you got Zion at the 4, you got Ingram at the 3, you got McCollum at the 2. So do they say, well, we just gonna go positionless? We're gonna play Jackson Hayes at the 5, or maybe they would like Kelly Olynyk or something. We're gonna play Jackson Hayes at the 5. We're gonna play Zion at the 4. We're gonna play Grant at the 3. We're gonna play Brandon Ingram as our point forward and put him next to CJ McCollum. That can work. So don't forget, the Pelicans can have some interest in Jeremy Grant too. And like I said before, you probably had to sweeten the pot with Kelly Olynyk. That's what they don't have. They do have Valanciunas, but they don't have a 5 that can stretch the floor out like Kelly Olynyk. So you might be Kelly Olynyk, Jeremy Grant going to New Orleans for the 8th pick, and a combination of players. Could be Aaron Neeson coming off of leg surgery. Could be Jackson Hayes. Could be Valanciunas. It could be something. It's going to be a combination of players there. So you could bring on the 8th pick as well too. Maybe San Antonio has some interest in it. Maybe Washington has some interest in it. Washington give you the 10th pick. They take, Jeremy Grant, however the salary match up. Jeremy Grant, Kyle Kuzma, Porzingis, that's their front line. Bradley Beal in the backcourt, and maybe that work a little bit better for them. Because they trying to keep Bradley Beal there, but Bradley Beal gonna have 50 million reasons to stay. Don't sleep on the Knicks. So, like I said before, it could be the 8th pick. But my definition of getting back in this area, if it's 4, if it's 7, if it's 8, if it's 10, if it's 11, my definition of that, if it's 12, my definition of that, you move back in there, and it's a couple players. It's Mark Williams, Jalen Durham, Benedict Mathurin, Johnny Davis, and Tari Eason is the dudes that I would be like, I would look at. But that is what it is. Ivy puts pressure on the rim. We need him. He'll keep defense honest so they can't double and triple team K. You give Ivy an inch, and you're right. Somebody that can attack the you need somebody else that's going to attack. Yes, Sadiq Bey can attack, but that's not his specialty. You see what I'm saying? He's right. They need somebody else that's going to be able to get downhill, you know what I'm saying, and get a bucket. So, and then his defensive potential is off the charts, and he's a solid shooter too. So he mark off a couple check mark, athletic. Give Cade Cunningham not a short but a nice size running mate, 6'4", handles getting better, can attack the rim, can shoot it, can find space, get his shot, can make big shots. Defensive potential. So obviously he's the ideal fit, and I said that from day one before they got the 5th pick, that if I'm picking number 1, it's between him and Chet Holmgren, and I might very well say him. I've been on that bandwagon since I seen him play in Big Ten play last year. So yeah, he's the one that if you go Jay and Ivy at 5, then to me at 4, If you trade Jeremy Grant, it's either replacing Grant at the 4 or doing it at the 5. In my opinion, I'm not going out there spending a boatload of money on the 5. It just don't make no sense. It's a part-time position. And the one thing I don't like about DeAndre A, when you go small ball, he don't punish the smaller defenders. That's what I don't like about him. And a lot of these big fellas don't do that. He said, I'm trying to trade with Sacramento. If we can get 4 or 5, that's the move. You look at Boston, they perfect team to be Golden State, how they built. He right. But if I can get 7 or 8 too, or 10 or 11, I don't think the plan is all the way dead neither. And I say that because let's say you go down there. I mean, I haven't seen Jeremy Schofield. I've been hearing about the Jovic guy. But if I can get back down there, it's a pretty good chance I'm going to end up with a good player. Williams, Davis, Durham, Mathurin, Tari Eason. Don't know much about Dyson Daniels, Walker Kessler, Kennedy Chan. I'm going to end up with a good player regardless. So regardless, I'm going to end up with a good player. Kobe, what's going on? He said multiple videos showing Ivy getting to the rim from half court and 3 dribbles. That talent you can't teach. He right. You right. And he got ties to Detroit. It just make too much sense. When it make too much sense, you know what I'm saying? You know how Detroit is. It don't make no sense to them. He said prayer to I'm just call you prayer. Pistons are it is a mess, but it's not the mess that it was when Weaver first got here. It was Blake Griffin, who should have been traded the prior season. It was Andre Drummond. You get nothing for Andre Drummond. It was Derrick Rose. I don't think you got much for Derrick Rose, if anything. That was a mess. Forcing Killian Hayes to play versus Minnesota game 1, he wasn't ready. So, in my opinion, it's not really a mess. You got a lot of money. You also can extend your cap if you find somebody to absorb Grant and or Kelly Olynyk contract. So you can possibly have a cap for 2 max players if you wanted to. You can save it for next year. So it's really not pretty much as a blank canvas right now. It's Casey, Cade, and Bay, and Livers will be probably my next guy. It's them 4 guys right now. So really, with the money and the top 5 pick, and with the capital to take in another top 10 lottery pick, it's gonna be what Troy Weaver make it. And I think he gonna make it a mess. I don't trust him. Somebody said in the comment section, "No, you don't like Brad Holmes." Nope. Y'all know I don't like him. But I get credit with credit. I don't like nobody till they start winning. Let me say that. Support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313. Appreciate y'all. He said the NBA draft is 3 weeks. 3 weeks, June 23rd. DeWine, what's going on? So many ways to sell. You're right, Eric. What's going on? He said it's hard to get excited about the Pistons organization. You're right. But I mean, you got no other choice but to be excited. He says Johnny Davis kind of reminds me of Devin Booker. Yeah, I can see that. He just don't have the range. That's the difference. He don't have the range Devin Booker got from 3. But yeah, Roddy Troy salute. Subscribe to him. He said Blake Wesley is not a bad prospect either. You haven't seen him neither. Jalen Durham got the Detroit motor. Yeah, he tough. He hard. That's what you need in the middle. It'd be a good pickup. Piston Mike salute. Y'all got to subscribe to the brother. Piston Mike. Pistons only work out 3 players so far. He said who the 3 players? Said Justin Bean, Johnny Davis, and I don't even know how to say that shit, but him, the decent Sembrano guy. Is that the kid from Ohio State? He said, no, yeah, Josh Smith era was a mess. I mean, shit. I mean, it was a mess when he got here with all them different, before he got there, when he got here, all them different players. It was a mess, but yeah, Jaden Ivey be perfect. I mean, if you're talking about the guards that I seen that could play next to him, just in the draft real quick, we talk about free agency in a minute. I like Jaden Ivey. It's a good matchup, good partner. I don't know much about Dyson Daniels, but he got good size on him at 6'7.5". Benedict Mathurin, he remind me of Kentavious Caldwell Pope, a 3 in the slasher. That's what remind me of. He really ain't good at creating his own offense, but that's fine. But good shooter, good length. But the problem is he not the defender KCP was coming in from Georgia. So he got to get better as a defender. So Johnny Davis, it can work. 6'5", almost 6'6". He one of them mid-range guys, get to a spot. I can see why you say remind you of Booker. Make some big shots. His range get better. If he shot the 3 better, he'd probably be going in the top 5, honestly. But you're talking about Shea Sharp, long. I mean, he remind you of Cade Cunningham. a long rangy kid. Can get to the rim, solid handles. Him and Kay Cunningham would form a real big long backcourt. But it just seemed that Troy Weaver, from what's been leaking out, that he has an infatuation with matching Kay Cunningham with a smaller guard in the backcourt. And them guards have been mentioned as Jalen Brunson, which it sounds like he might be headed to the Knicks. Colin Sexton. Them the two he been matched. They've been in the same vein with now. I'm trying to find Jalen Brunson on here. Now he pretty much got nobody like. His price probably gonna go north for $20 million. And like I say, if you going north for $20 million, you just pretty much, you might as well just bite the bullet and go sign Anthony Simmons, or bite the bullet and go sign Zach LaVine. If I'm gonna go anywhere north of 20, I'm gonna go do that. But he has an infatuation with Jalen Brunson, which the Knicks just signed his dad on a coaching staff, so you know what time it is now. Do I think he worth all of that? No, nothing north of 20. I mean, right at 20, yeah, that's pretty much the new going rate, because Jeremy Grant contract looking like a bargain. But he a good guard, but his infatuation is being with smaller guards. And most people say, well, why don't Troy Weaver just capitalize on Kay Cunningham's height in the backcourt and put him with a nice size guard? Out of all the different categories of guards you want, you gonna put him in there with somebody that's like 6'1"? You know what I'm saying? 6'2"? You know what I'm saying? But out the two that they've been mentioned with, and that's Colin Sexton and Jalen Brunson, for me, the only thing that bothered me about Colin Sexton is that the knee injury, and that's going to be a recurring thing for Detroit franchises. Jamison Williams, the Mitchell kid from Virginia Tech, and Colin Sexton with a knee injury. The knee injury, and then the fact that his teammates don't like him. The day he got there, they leaked out that they didn't like this kid. So you talking about camaraderie. But he about 6'1". I mean, he giving you some nice statistics, bro. Hard worker, went from unranked to like damn near the top of the ESPN 100. I mean, he could shoot it. You look at the 3-point percentages. He shot 24% when he played 11 games. But the year before, 37, 38. Rookie year, 40% from three. He giving you that. But he's a scorer. So it ain't like you bring in a smaller point guard and they're going to be a pure point. He's a combo guard. He's a combo guard. That's what he is. He going to fill it up. He going to score it. You know what I'm saying? Tough mind. He's a Piston. He gritty, scrappy. I mean, anything you describe a Piston. His mindset remind me of Isaiah Thomas a lot, bro. He not the talent Isaiah Thomas was. I'm talking about Detroit, but he gritty. He a nasty motherfucker. Now, that's the only way I can say it. He nasty. And we seen, remember a couple years ago, him and Darius Garland came to Little Caesars to put on a shooting clinic. But for him personally, this is the best fit for him personally. Going to Detroit, seeing Cleveland 4 times a year, playing next to Cade Cunningham, a bigger guard. You know what I'm saying? So that's perfect for him. You know what I'm saying? He a gritty guy, Only thing you worried about, the fit, and he gonna play some defense. That's it. But if you had to ask me between all the guards that that's out there that they've been linked to or haven't been linked to, if you ain't gonna take Jaden Ivey, it's got to be Zach LaVine to me. And if we talking about we taking Jaden Ivey and we still looking for a smaller guard, for me, it's Gary Payton the second. It's 2 Gary Paytons, right? Gary Payton had 2 sons back to back. One named Junior and the other one named the second. Crazy. But then that's how I'm he said North NC State. That's how I'm laying it though. Let's just say they hold pick at the 5th pick. They take Jaden Ivey. What you doing free agency at that point? You keep Jeremy Grant. I mean, only place you can go is to find you a center. And out of all the centers in that out of all the centers in there, I'm not trying to spend a lot of money on a part-time position. That's what it's become. It's become a part-time position. And out of all these dudes that here, man, I told y'all it's only like 2 or 3 guys I really like. Mitchell Robinson, he's solid, but I'm not about to pay him a whole bunch of money. It's Mitchell Robinson, he's solid. And for me, the prize possession in me is Mohamed Bamba. 24, just turned 24. Rangy. He's starting to shoot it, which don't matter to me. But I just don't know what's the problem with him busting through the ceiling. He got all-star, superstar potential. But like I told y'all, it's always something wrong with them New York niggas, man. I don't know whether he from Harlem. There's always something missing in them New York ball players. That's the one thing that scared me from him. But I like the talent. And if you had to say, well, who y'all dark horse at the 5? Well, I'm going to show you my dark horse. Thomas Bryant, he came off an ACL injury, be 25 real soon. I see a lot of potential in him, bro. I like his potential. Shooting it a little bit now these days, a little bit. He's starting to shoot it. I like to see the rebounds get up a little bit more, but he put the ball back. I like him. I like him. Tough guy. Ain't gonna break the bank. I don't remember him playing in Indiana, but he played there. So yeah, them kind of 3 guys I'll be looking at. Y'all know I don't like Aiden, so I don't really have to go there, do I? Ricky said K Ivy backcourt version of Brown and Tatum. I don't know about that. Johnny Davis is a scorer, plays some solid. Yeah, he good defender too. Yeah, he a scorer. He a bucket. I ain't mad at him. He said Darren Seaborn. Okay, I was like, that's a long ass name. You support the channel. Venmo CJ Good 313. Appreciate that. You can support it for free by thumbsing up the video. It's free. Matham is very athletic. Yeah, so is KCP. He just don't defend like KCP, and that's the problem. He can be a better defender, but yeah, very athletic. You know what I'm saying? I just think he more of a 3 than a 2 right now. Coach got to get out of here as well ASAP. Facts. Shay Sharp, he dunks like Jalen Green, but I like Shay Sharp, but it's a risk. He from Canada, and it's just a risk. I don't mind if they take the risk. He can play. So, but I won't. Well, how long it's going to take him to contribute is just the question. He said, "Are they going to let K be a point guard? If so, you got to go with an aggressive athletic player, possibly put pure scorer basketball." Great point here. That's the question. I don't know. They gonna go with the platoon system and share the basketball? That's the question. Because right now you could do whatever you want to. If you want to put Ricky Rubio next to him, you could. So that's a great question. I mean, if that was me, I'd give him the ball and get the hell out the way. So if you give him the ball and let him be the on-ball guard 70% of the time when you're on the floor, 80% of the time, I think you can get away with Sadiq Bey running the offense as well too. So you could go Benedict Mathurin, you could go Shaden Sharp, but Shaden Sharp can do some of the things he can do. But you don't want to push too much on Shaden Sharp plate. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Benedict Mathurin, Jaden Ivey, that'd be interesting too, because he good with the ball in his hand. So if you're gonna put the ball in Cade Cunningham's hand, I mean, then I think you'd be taking a little bit away what Jaden Ivey do best. But I mean, I don't think Cade Cunningham would have an issue sharing the ball with Jaden Ivey either. So, but in that case, you probably say Benedict Mathurin, Shaden Sharp would have the edge. I mean, could Johnny Davis make it fit? Yeah, I mean, but Johnny Davis one of them dudes that he like the ball in his hand. He like to work it out. So it'll fit. Anybody could fit, but in that situation, you probably looking more Benedict Mathurin. I mean, Zach LaVine is shown that he's shown that he can play off the ball too. Remember, he was injured last year. And I didn't think he could play without the ball in his head. He made a huge adjustment. So, I mean, they pretty much can go anywhere with it. So it'll be interesting, bro. I mean, in that scenario, you might look more Benedict Mathurin, more 3-and-D type of guy in that situation. My boy Man Beats Morris, y'all go subscribe. He said it's depressing, no playoff wins since 2008 for the Pistons. The same Piston team that was depleted and gave the Celtics championship team a little challenge. Pistons must be a playoff team now. And if that's the case, then you got to hit this shit out the park. If that's the case, you got to have a balance of veterans and a balance of young players. But their number one issue is defensive effort. Their number 2 issue is lack of athletes. And then their number 3 issue is, for the style they play with Casey, lack of 3-point shooting. Simple as that. That's what's got to be. That's what's got to be put on the plate. So, if in my perfect world, if I can trade Jeremy Grant, get back in the lottery, end up with Mark Williams, end up with Jalen Durham, that's fine. Um, I would end up with them. I don't know if they would start right away. At 5, I just think it's so hard to pass up on Jalen Durham or Shaden Sharp. I think if you one of them there, I think you got to take them. You put them in there right away. You plug them in. If it's Ivy, K, Bay, Durham or Williams in the middle, and free agency, if I can create some more money with somebody absorbing Kelly Olynyk contract, you probably have enough money to bring in two guys in. And in the way I would look at it, I think if you bring back Marvin Bagley, he might start right away, but it depends on how advanced Williams or Jalen Durham is right away. But I let them bump their heads. But looking overall in that scenario, you could wait till next year, see how it play out, or you could just add depth to your team. If I'm adding depth to this team, I'm probably going to get a guy like maybe Malik Monk, Gary Payton II, two really good defenders. So I'm probably going out there to probably get one of them type of guys. So I mean, in that scenario, they might. He said, "What's up, man?" B said, "What's up, Raw?" He said, "He just chilling." He said, "Official, this TV. I don't really care what you talking about, bro." Mo Bamba looked like a late blue like Big Ben get him. Yeah, I'm a big Mo Bamba fan, but them New York niggas got a disconnect in their head. I just never figured out. Larry Brown left a winning organization, a winning situation with Detroit, and he just got the hell up out of here. He from New York. Stephon Marbury eating Vaseline and shit. That's my only thing about Mo Bamba. Just that New York, they just some be going wrong with New York ball players. Let K be the playmaker for the team. If that's the case, then you talking about Benedict Mathurin. On free agent market, give you a better idea if you don't know these players, which I know a little bit about them. Y'all probably know more about them until I watch the tape. In this scenario, you say, well, who fit good next to him in this scenario? Maybe a guy like Brent Forbes. You see what Derek White doing over there. And he's gonna be a very interesting guy too, bro. Because if you get the 7th pick for Portland and you can, sign him for Portland here, restricted free agent, Anthony Simmons looked pretty good last year, bro. And obviously, you're not gonna play him in how tall is the kid? You're not gonna play him in Dame together again, is you? Especially after what you've seen with McCullum for so many. So he's 6'3", so same about Dame. So yeah, he put up some good numbers last year. I mean, good score. He might be interested next to Cade Cunningham, to be honest. So Pistons can do whatever they want. They can patch it up this year, then come back next year, and free agency will be a lot better next year. You want to see who's gonna be a free agent next year, real quick? Hold on. So you got LeBron James in the D, Middleton, Bradley, Kyrie Irving. They can move for Kyrie right now. Porzingis, he ain't even 27 yet. Didn't know that. Kevin Love probably gonna be retired. Andrew Wiggins, we could trade for him. D'Angelo Russell, he ain't really panned out. Vujovic, Draymond Green, Van Fleet. A lot of y'all love Van Fleet. Y'all screaming Van Fleet. Harrison Barnes, Gallinari, Grant, Turner, both Bojanoviches, Bledsoe, LeVert, Adams, Gary Trent Jr., Malik Beasley, Kardashian, or whatever his name, Pippen, whatever her name was, Will Barton, Derrick Rose, Christian Wood, Terrence Ross, KCP, Brooke Lopez, Kyle Kuzma, Flint Song, Patrick Beverly, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, Oubre, Josh Richardson, Dylan Brooks, Cade Cunningham, was she not? Don't worry about that. Larry Nance Jr., Dwight Paul, Zion Williamson, and the D, Ant-Man. No, don't worry about him neither. Reggie Jackson, Taylor Horton Tucker. So don't worry about them neither. Danny Green, John Morant, James Wiseman. So I mean, don't forget, man, the Warriors need to dump some contract off too. Don't be surprised if you see Andrew Wiggins in the Detroit Pistons jersey. Y'all can ask some questions now, but don't be surprised if you see Wiggins in the Pistons jersey. Now, if you have to ask me if I'm gonna take Wiggins on out of the three that they given, obviously James Wiseman seems to be a lot attractive. We need a five, athletic five. He supposed to be, but he's been injured. I can't take an injured guy. So it's between Modi and Kuminga. So I'm gonna go ahead and ride with Kuminga, and if I can get Kuminga, then that'll be Jeremy Grant replacement right there. If I can get Kuminga, then you get the expiring contract of Andrew Wiggins, then you have a bunch of money next offseason to go attack some of them dudes. So yeah, I will be mad wait on Golden State. Give me Andrew Wiggins. I'll give you a second round draft pick or some shit like that. Maybe a couple salaries to lessen the blow for us. And give me Kuminga. I won't be mad at Moses Moody neither. I was a big fan of Moody and Kuminga coming out. I won't be mad in there. Moody can stretch the floor, but I think Kuminga will be more of a fit, athletic four, English getting a little bit better, hopefully. Start to shoot the ball better. Yeah, Kuminga instantly upgraded athletically. So Shaden Sharp, Kuminga, the athletic. Them little guards like Bronson are liabilities on defense. K would have to carry his slack. Shake my head. He was getting killed by Golden State. And for some reason, he is attracted to smaller guards. And the thing about Colin Safety, he be attacking. You got opportunity to put another big guard next to Kay Cunningham. Why not do it? So I agree. That is the case. If they're not defensive first team, it's pointless. You're right. Wiggins had a great season. I'm just taking him so they can sign Josh. So he can sign Jordan Poole. That's the only reason we taking him, and they're gonna give us as a reward maybe a draft pick and maybe a pick between Wiseman, Kuminga, and Moody. So yeah, that'll be the only reason you do it. But yeah, he had a great season, and he gonna bring something to Detroit, upgrade you athletically. If you go Shaden Sharp, you could put him in the backcourt with Kay Cunningham. He could take on a tough defensive assignments. And with Shaden Sharp ready, maybe you keep him around for a couple of years till you feel like Shaden Sharp ready. So yeah, he give you a lot of versatility. I wouldn't be mad bringing in Wiggins. You bring in Kuminga, and then still on top of that, you still get to move Jeremy Grant. Get a draft pick, get a couple draft picks, so it's a good scenario. So yeah, Wiggins, they need somebody like Wiggins. Brunson's a great player to have on your roster. Yeah, but he is get to the rim, but we need to be a solid team defensively. And why not capitalize on having a big guard back there with another athletic big guard? Just my opinion. He said, pick up Mo, man. Beef Morris said, draft Ivy or Sharp athleticism we need badly. Only athletic player we got is Diallo, Cade, and Livers. I wouldn't even put Cade and Livers in the high athlete. They solid. I would say Jeremy Grant is they best athletes is Diallo, the ones I could think of, and Jeremy Grant. Them the two best athletes they got. So Cade is a good athlete for sure. Livers is good, but them twitchy motherfuckers is them two. But Stewart is a good athlete too. But my guy look like he can barely dunk. Yeah, Stewart just small, bro. He gonna be one of them grit and glue guys. But yeah, I agree. I'm a Mo Bamba fan. Thomas Bryant, Mo Bamba, whoever else I said, they're my guys. Pistons needed an athletic player that plays, was explosive. Yeah, they need a couple of them dudes. They need a couple of them, to be honest. Shit, you talking about they need a couple of them. So yeah, Wiggins will give you another athletic guy back there. So yep. I don't know if they would take on. I don't think they would take the Jeremy Grant contract on either. So you would be able to have Jeremy Grant and move him. If it's to New Orleans, I mean, you can look at the board again. If it's the Knicks, I'm not taking back Julius Randle. Spurs can use. So if you can get somewhere in here, cool. So then you can do whatever the hell you want. I think Charlotte got 2. Yeah, Charlotte got 15 and 13. So they were saying 15, 13, Gordon Hayward to Detroit for Jeremy Grant. So, but really what Charlotte trying to do is make room to sign Miles Bridges and eventually keep LaMelo Ball. So they trying to move Gordon Hayward and PJ Washington. But Andrew Wiggins sound like a deal now. Yeah, I like Johnny Davis too. It'd be a good fit. 6'5", get his own shot, handle the ball. If he extend his range, it's a wrap. I can see him probably being the best player in the draft. I definitely could see that, bro. I like what I've seen from him. You know, if you don't get Jaden Ivey, it's no or Shaven Sharp, there's no need to be disappointed. Because Johnny Davis can play. I seen him a little bit in Wisconsin, but I was seeing his film. Yeah, he reminds you of Devin Booker inside the 3-point line. Yeah, he reminds you if he get the range down pack, man, it's like, man, it's a wrap. That dude is special, bro. I like him. Like I said, I like Tari Eason too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Big fan of Tari Eason. He give you some at the 4, give you some at the 3. Athletic, a little bit raw. He the reason Shaq's son left LSU. They B. Taylor was saying. Sharif. He's the reason why Sharif left. So I mean, yeah, you know, if you look at Tari Eason, athletic, shot block, natural defender on the ball, play the passing lane, off ball. He can shoot it a little bit, get a shot. I like him a lot. So he gonna make a team. He gonna make a team happy, bro. I think Detroit is going to draft a big man and get Davis with the second pick. That's fine. The big man gonna be there at the back of the or at 10 was scheduled to be there from 7 to 10, but right now they're saying that Mark Williams could be the first one off the board, but I just think Jalen Durham offensive upside is a lot to pass up. I seen him in that Wisconsin, even seen him play, I think in Wisconsin, even with their whole ass coach, but I like Davis. Facts. What Jawan said, what the 5 things say to slap face, nigga? Yeah, I ain't never like Wisconsin, bro. I used to like watching Ron Dane play and Lee Evans play. The only Lee Evans name receiver. I ain't really got nothing against they university though. But I used to love watching Ron Dane play, bro. That was a treat. Even if he was running all over Michigan, Ron Dane in college. My favorite back to watching college was Ricky Williams, though. Yeah, I used to watch all they Big 12 games in Texas, bro. I used to love me some Ricky Williams running in college, boy. Man, that was my boy. That was my boy in college, man. But Ron Dane, he might have been a close second, bro. Ron Dane might have been a close second, bro. Yeah, over some Michigan people too. But I used to like watch Mike Hart too, and the A Train, Anthony Thomas. Remember the receiver David Tyrell? He got drafted by the Bears. He ain't do much though, but yeah. I used to like watching my offensive player. Braylon was my nigga too. I remember they benched Braylon. I forget what game. Was it like Notre Dame or something? The old coach, I forget his name. He benched Braylon, man. I was like, man, you sucker. But Braylon was my guy, bro. Braylon was my dude, bro. But them was the days, man. That's when I was hardcore in college football. Yeah, I seen Walker Kessler. Yeah, I like him. But that's when I was hardcore in college football. That's when that shit was the shit. Y'all remember when, if y'all all remember when Florida State used to run in the 90s like Alabama running it now? Oh. Yeah, man. That was my era right there. Danny and Tomlinson. That was my era, bro. Peter Warwick. Yeah, that was my era, bro, for college football, bro. That was my favorite, bro. That was my favorite. Old Brian Greasy and them boys and Tom Brady battling with Drew Henson. That's when I was 10 toes down with college football. I'm a little older now, so I don't follow it. Yeah, I used to follow recruits and all that. Can't stand with especially with the Cephas thing was whack. Hopefully he get compensated. But you know when you go up to Wisconsin, you know they say it's still segregated. He said Jamie Kidd and Ethan Happ was so overrated, though same as Decker racist ass too. Yeah, he was. I forgot what Decker did, but y'all forgot that. Yeah, and what's the boy name that played at Wisconsin too? The white boy that played with Kessler. You know what I'm talking about, Frank Kaminsky. Would you be mad at the Pistons draft? Hell no, I like Shaq Holmgren. That's B. Taylor that hates Shaq. I like Shaq. That's my boy. Brady Hoke was Michigan old. No. The Lloyd Carr is who I was talking about. Lloyd Carr. Yeah, Brady Hoke got a raw deal though, but they magazine wear no headset. Wisconsin breeds great running back. Yeah, they do. I told y'all to take Jonathan Taylor over Swift. I told you. All right, so he fumbles. So did Tiki. Tom called. I said take Jonathan Taylor. He probably wouldn't have been shooting Detroit. Swift probably would have been doing that in Indianapolis. I said, take Jonathan Taylor. They said he fumbled, dog. I was like, take him. I knew he was going to be special. Dre White salute. I knew Johnny was gonna be special, man. I don't think we can pass up on two Johnnies, bro. You can't pass up on Johnny Taylor and Johnny Davis from Wisconsin. Yeah, but Ron Dane, woo, man. Woo, that was my boy. Florida State, Miami, Nebraska was good in Texas and college football. Yeah, the 90s, yeah, but it was Florida State ran the 90s, though. Florida State, yeah, Miami was good early 2000s. They tapered off in the 90s because, you know, they was mad because some young black man was winning. They had to find some way to destroy the program. But in the early 2000s, yeah, Miami, Ohio State. Ohio State been good for a long fucking time. Why we can't have that success, even though Ryan Day out here begging for NIL money? Now it's Ohio State, Alabama every year. Yeah. I wanted Taylor so bad too. I knew he fumbles. I was like, I don't give a hell. But yeah, let me get out of here, man. I appreciate y'all. I might have some more content later on today or tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Swift. We're gonna talk about. Hold on, let me tell you what got coming up. I might go late. I gotta make some moves, and I'm gonna lay down for a second. But I got Swift and Jared Goff new playbook coming up. So that'll be probably the next couple of videos y'all see. Appreciate y'all. Check the Piston 101 live 101 playlist for more live streams like this. Peace.